Enjoy the ride.
In crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, 815.
There we go. We'll talk about that. Yeah, we'll talk about that later on when we do our shout outs for sure. Our In Crowd 815 networking group event for June out at Jeremiah Development was a lot of fun. The food was amazing. Thank you, Dee, and thank you, Nitro. I called her Commander Nitro. You just feel like a Commander Nitro. And she's like, yeah, I like that. You can call me Commander Nitro. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But first, let's bring on our buddy Tom Ratcliffe, who's been on the show now, I don't know, 2 or 3 different times talking about the Boone County Fair. Good morning to you, other Tom.
Good morning. Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Awesome. We got your countdown clock on the screen. What do you think of that?
Good morning. We're doing all right.
Yes, I see that. Yeah, it's coming up quick.
45 days, 1 hour, 55 minutes, and 54 minutes and 59 seconds. So exciting.
Yeah.
Boone
August
County
11th.
Fair coming up. So before we get into all things Boone County Fair, though, we want to ask about you as our guest today, Tom. So I'm going to ask you to fill us in a little bit about yourself. Are you a longtime native Boone Countyan, or did you grow up somewhere else? Remind us about that.
I was raised at Highland Hospital in Belvedere. Yeah, right on South State. So I was 3 years old when our family got involved in the fair back in 1957. So I didn't do too much the first couple of years, but I've been involved for almost 70 years. Unbelievable. 9 years I've been involved in the fair. So at some point, yeah, it's been a family thing. My brother was vice president for 30 some years, and now he was president for 2 years. He retired this year, but he's still on the board, and I'm on the board. I've been handling the advertising and stuff, publicity and media for the last 15 years, which seems impossible. But so, yeah, I've been involved for a long time. The fair's we're passionate about it, and that's all we talk about it, like Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff. Subject for the family, yeah.
That's I got a feeling you guys treat the Boone County Fair like I've the last couple of years treated the Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest, which is the sign right above me. That's become the passion project of In Crowd 815, and so it's like every day I've got something at some point on my mind about, oh, we could do this better, or we should try this, or I should contact this person. So, but your logistic challenge is way bigger than this thing is. So, how many between vendors and service providers, you must have a huge Rolodex that you have to contact every year leading up to every year's fair.
Oh my goodness. It's thousands of people, just the people involved in. We have an appreciation dinner in September every year, to thank everybody. And we have like 650 to 750 people come to that. It's all different. We have like 30 different committees and so forth. We have 32 board members plus the 4 executive officers. And between the 36 of us or whatever, we put the whole thing together and have committees, and we have other volunteers, other Grange members, because the Grange owns and operates the fair, which is a family community service organization with its roots in agriculture. It's been around since 1867, and there's 8 chapters now in Boone County. There's probably about 400 Grange members in Boone County. It's all local families and so forth. And that's who puts the fair on, is all local Boone County and some families from just outside the county and stuff. That we get a lot of help from non-members too, different families and so forth. Like the Gallino family is really good about. They have a big farm operation, so they and a trucking company, and so they donate a lot of equipment and manpower and so forth that do the track, and they put up a bunch of lighting for us and so forth. And there's a lot of other citizens that come out and have their talents, and they use what their expertise is and help us build a really nice venue that's used from April 1st to November 1st. And some weekends now we have 2 or 3 events going on at the fairgrounds. Like this weekend, fireworks, tonight. Yeah, tonight. I think day Saturday, right? Yeah. So it's tonight.
Well, yeah. For those watching live today, the Belvedere 4th of July parade is today at like 5:00, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's our Heritage Days. Yeah. And there's a big car show downtown and so forth, fireworks, and there's bouncy houses and a band at the fairgrounds starting about 6:00. So you can come out and, it's free. Just come out and bring your chair and blanket and some snacks, or I think there'll be some food trucks out there. So, but anyway, we have all kinds. We have a 10-day dog show coming up starting the 4th of July. It's going to be out there at the fairgrounds. We have like Urban Farm Girl Market and car meets, car shows, auctions, all kinds of stuff. But it's a great venue for the community, and we really strive to make it one of the finest venues can have. We started out with 80 acres in 1964, and now we have this great venue with all kinds of buildings and so forth. It's great. We're very proud and we're very blessed.
Well, you should be. It's a beautiful facility, and I've often kind of wondered, the state would be smart to just call the Boone County Fair Illinois State Fair North and just do that, because you guys put on something that nobody else does in Northern Illinois, and not to your extent, that's for sure.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. We try. I mean, we really try. We're just like somebody once said, we're just a bunch of farmers trying to put on in 6 days. So it's a big undertaking, and sometimes it's kind of overwhelming, but we move forward and we keep doing it. And we try to make it, like you say, we try to find things we can make better every year. And we like to try things different. Like this year, we are doing something different. We have rodeos on Saturday instead of a headliner. We have 2 B&D rodeos of Indiana. He's kind of associated with the Matt Noble, who does the bull riding on Friday night. And he's going to do 2 rodeos. And these will be a full-fledged rodeos with bronco busting, roping, all that other. There's like 8 different events, and it's a sanctioned rodeo with cowboys coming from all over to compete. From point, so it's 3:30 and 7:30 on Saturday. So that's something different. We like to try to mix it up. This will be the first time in 60 years we haven't had a headliner of some sort. So, we even have an Hispanic band on Wednesday night out of Chicago. For our Hispanic community, because they're big supporters of the fair. They're so family oriented and so forth. They come out and they just love the fair. They love the bull riding and so forth and that kind of thing. And I think they'll love the rodeos and so forth. But we try to have something for everybody at the fair.
Well, I've got your grandstand tickets and admission prices and stuff on the screen now, so people can take a look. And as soon as you said you were doing something different without a headliner, I'm sure there were some people who are saying, but what about the demo derbies? 1:00 and 6:00 Sunday, you're still doing the demo derbies, because that's a huge way to end the fair.
Right. The demo derbies always do great. Robo Extreme does a great job with the demo derbies every year. He's been there for 7, 8, 9 years now. He does a great job with the demo derbies. Always has great participation. Also, the bull riding is still there. The bull riding is very popular on Friday night. That's at 7:00. And then, of course, tractor pulls all day Thursday, starting with farm tractors, and then the pickup trucks and so forth in the afternoon. And, of course, the big show in the evening on Thursday, and with the semis and the hot rods and the mod tractors and whatever. A lot of smoke and stuff. And it's Wednesday. And then the Queen pageant on Tuesday, which is free. So you can come out, and we have like 6 girls competing for Miss Boone County. And then we have like a dozen little Miss girls. The younger girls are competing for Little Miss in the pageant. So.
Well, you can hear the tractor pulls from miles away, because those things get really loud. So bring your headphone, or bring your ear protectors if you go to that.
It's very loud, and very smoky.
I'm curious too, and this is one event planner to another, I guess, doing the rodeo obviously has a lot more logistics involved than bringing in a headliner with a singer or whatever, a band. Is the cost relatively the same, or is it a little bit cheaper to bring in a rodeo and because they handle so many different things? I'm kind of curious about that.
Oh, no, the rodeo actually, yeah, is cheaper. I mean,
Yeah.
last year with the headliner, all in all, I mean, the talent, Justin Moore himself cost probably like $125,000 for just himself, and then a $5,000 for opening act, and then another $125,000 for sound, lighting, and labor, and because you have to have
Yeah.
union people stage up and so forth. So it's like a $250,000 outlay for the headliner. But the rodeo's cheaper, and also he's associated with Matt Noble, so Matt has a lot of what we set up for Friday night can stay there. A lot of the stuff will stay there for Saturday, the gates and so forth. It's just set up a little different, of course, for the rodeo. So they kind of work together with that kind of thing. So it should be, it's much. I think it'll be much easier actually, because the headliners can be a little tricky with their demands for different things. So
Yeah.
so we'll see. I mean, we're going to try it. If it doesn't work, we'll try something else. But we always mix it up.
It's worth it. It's worth it to try it. And you're going to get a lot of people from southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois who's never been to a rodeo before, that's always wanted to go. So they're going to be interested in checking it out. And
Right.
your other rodeo fans that have been to rodeos in the past and know how much excitement they are and how fun they are. I think you're going to have a great turnout. Obviously, weather related. It's all weather related. At the fairs, the hinges on decent weather.
Right.
If the fair was this coming week, you'd be planning for the hot stuff and hydrating like
Oh.
crazy. And
Right. It boils down to the weather. I mean, you put all this together. We built it's like building a city and then all of a sudden, it depends on the weather. I mean, so much so. I mean, all the advertising and stuff I do doesn't mean anything if it's like raining every day. So it's like,
right.
and how much do we commit to this? And it's like farming. It's a gamble. And the weather is such a big factor. Yeah.
So obviously you've been involved with the fair for so many years. What are some of the like the records or the most attended years or biggest draws? What's kind of some of the highlights that you'd like to share with people when you're talking about the fair in general?
Well, we're very fortunate for one that we have a great location, and we have a great layout, nice flat. We got that 80 acres, like I said, in 1964. Now we have 183 acres, and we took our time laying it out. So we went out, we visited some other fairs and saw their layouts. Gates you can come in, so you can park. We have parking all around the fair, and we have different gates around the fair. So there's always a gate nearby to get into the fair. Plenty of parking, a lot of and handicap parking and so forth. And then we have a great layout with the barns over here, and then the grandstand. All the main roads from the main gate lead to the grandstand. The carnival's off to the left, the barns are off to the right. And there's plenty of open space in between for exhibit halls and all the exhibits and so forth, the vendors and that kind of thing. And the food is kind of at one end for the most part, but now we have stuff spread over from the north end of the fairgrounds to the south end of the fairgrounds. And so last year we ran out of space, period. We did not have another inch of grass to put a vendor truck or a trailer or anything because it was packed. So there's so much to see. I mean, you go in there and it's like a big market kind of. We have 3 commercial buildings filled with events, and we have food trucks, we have all kinds of food and so forth. So there's this, and we have free attractions like the Timberworks Lumberjack Show and Ready Go Dog Show. There's a fishing tank, you can go fishing for free. We have an oxen exhibit. We have tons. We have a restored 19th century schoolhouse, and it's the 50th anniversary. It's been there for 50 years. We restored it back in 1976 for the bicentennial. We brought it up from the south end of the county to the fairgrounds. It's the Reed Schoolhouse. So you can go back in time and visit a schoolhouse that's been around, that was around through 1940s, but it closed down in the 1940s. And so we were able to restore it. It's got desks and it's just totally restored. And it's also the 50th anniversary of the Draft Horse Show, which has been there for 50 years. So we got two 50th anniversary milestones at the fair this year. So, I mean, it's just, yeah, the highlights, I mean, the last 8 years, we've had over 200,000 people every year since 2017. Of course, except for 2020 when we didn't have a fair. Because
Right.
in the last 5 years, we've averaged 222,000 a year since 21. And 2 years ago, we had 242,000 fairgoers in 6 days. That was our record 2 years ago. And then last year we had 217,000, but we had hot weather and rain on Sunday. So but if we would have had nice weather that year, last year, we broken the 242. But unfortunately, but yeah, I mean, so that's and it's just the main highlight is seeing the families come in with the kids and everything. Like on Kids Day, we have 200 kids participating in the Kids Day games, the sack races, the big toss, the watermelon eating, the balloon blowing. My brother's been doing that for 28 years now. He leads the games. We do that on Wednesday and Thursday morning. And just seeing all those kids and families there, I mean, there's just hundreds of them. And that's out in the morning. Have discounted rides on the carnival day afternoons on Wednesday and Thursday. It's just, I mean, you see the kids coming in and they're all excited when they come in the gate and they're jumping up and down. I mean, it's just, that's really is to see all the kids and how happy they are and the parents and everybody's and the life. We've got 3,000 head of livestock. I mean, like I said, the Draft Horse Show. It's so beautiful. Those horses with the harnesses and the wagons and so forth. It's something you don't want to miss. You can't see that anywhere every day. And that kind of thing. We have cattle and sheep and swine and rabbits and goats and so it's just, that's the big thing about the fair because we're very agricultural oriented. I mean, and celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States this year, what's more traditional that you can do but go to a county fair? And I recommend everybody go to, whether it's Boone County or Winnebago or Stevenson or McHenry, Ogle, go to a fair. I mean, participate in a great American tradition that's been around since the early 1800s. I mean, I think the Boone County Fair started back in like 1855 or something. Just a small livestock. One farmer trying to show his livestock's better than Joe Smith down the street.
Right. I can get it that you can get a little overwhelmed with all the different selections and options and things to do at the fair. So you gotta, like anything, you look at all the stuff, all the lineups, and what fits your schedule and what catches your attention, and you make it a point to get out there and see and do those things because you can't do them all anyway. There's so many things you just can't do them all anyway. So find something that fits your schedule with your family and catches your attention, and get out there and see the rodeo or see the demo cars or go check out all the livestock. That's one of our kind of our family traditions every year is to make sure we hit the Wisconsin State Fair one day a year and see what's new, see what we've seen before, and then just have some fun family time around some ice cream and potatoes and all the other fun stuff that we do at the at the fair every year. So if somebody wanted to get tickets, you can already do that now, right? It's up there and live and ready to go.
Well, we got season tickets available at locations.
Season tickets?
Yeah, season tickets. They're $25 in advance now, and they're available at several locations. It's on our Facebook page and on our website. It's different, like most of the banks in Belvedere are selling them. Other places like the Chamber of Commerce, the O'Brien Dobbins drugstore, that kind of thing. So check out our Facebook page, and it'll be in the Boone County shop for Thursday too, as far as locations and so forth. And then our tickets for the shows, everything goes on sale Saturday, July 11th at 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock on Saturday. Then we have more hours throughout July and August, of course, right up through the fair. So just check out again our Facebook page. It has all the hours and so forth for the ticket office, but it doesn't open until Saturday, July 11th. And that's for all the shows. And the season tickets are available there at starting July 11th for $25. And then once the fair starts, the season tickets are $40. They're good for admission to the fair for all 6 days. And that's what that season ticket's for. It's not for the shows or the carnival or anything. It's for admission to the fair, which is $10 for everybody 11 and older, and then 10 and under is free every day. Senior citizens are free every day, and active military ID is free every day. So that's our prices, pretty simple, and free parking, and come out and fair. And like that's why the season ticket's good, because you can't do everything in one day. Maybe just come out and do your thing and on what your favorite food, and then come out and see the livestock, and then come out and do a show, whatever. So and it saves you about $25 for all 6 days. It's a pretty good deal. So take advantage of that. Yes. Yeah, there
There's
it is.
a whole list of places where you can get season tickets for only $25 at in and around Belvedere, so in around Boone County. So lots of places to go to get your tickets. And every year it's a big deal, and you want to make it out to the Boone County Fair at least one day of the fair. If you can't do all the days, that only the people running it do all the days. I mean, let's face it. So you do a couple days if you can, and hit the highlights that feel like highlights to you. And I'm totally sincere when I say it should just be called Illinois State Fair North, but that would, then you'd have to change your logo. So don't do that. I just maybe subtitle.
Appreciate it. A couple of friends come out. They lived in Colorado. They were from the area. Well, she wasn't from the area, but the husband was. He was a friend of mine. But they came out last year, and she had never been to Illinois Fair like this. And she thought, is this a state fair? It's big. She was overwhelmed. And it's really gratifying to hear somebody say that. In fact, I just heard it from another couple that were from a small town in Southern Illinois. And they've been here for 20 years, but she goes, every year I go there, she's always amazed by how big it is. She goes, our fair had 2 cows and a Ferris wheel. This fair is so amazing. And it really makes you feel good. I mean, we're just very, like I said, very blessed, very fortunate.
Well, we've got the links to the website and the Facebook page in the chat. So if you're watching on Twitch or Rumble or YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn, it should be there already. But if it's not, that's okay. Follow up on Spotify. It'll be on our Spotify information as well. So is there anything that we have not asked you about this year's Boone County Fair that you wanted to make sure we touch on before we transition into some trivia with Tom and our next guests?
No, I think we pretty well covered it. Appreciate the time today. That was a real, and just come out to the fair and celebrate America's 250th and enjoy the Boone County Fair.
We're going to introduce our guest who's started a new not-for-profit here in the 815 called Sleep in Heavenly Peace. And I'm looking forward to hearing all about the inspiration behind it. Patrick Fox, welcome to the In Crowd 815 podcast. How are you this morning?
Living a dream.
Living the dream and sleeping well, because you have a bed and you want kids to have their own beds. And that's why apparently you started this not-for-profit. But before we get to that, we want to learn about Patrick first. Okay, so tell us about you. Did you grow up in the 815, or are you a transplant and just happen to be made for Rockford?
Well, my wife and I have been here since 1960. Both our parents moved to Rockford just a few months apart from each other back in the day. My wife and I are both retired teachers in Rockford. She has been actively, while she was a teacher full-time, she worked a second job when we had children in the house, and she's been music and a deacon in our church, Christ Lutheran Church in Rockford, deacon, worship coordinator, music and choir director, worship coordinator. You name it, she's doing it at Christ Lutheran Church. She can. She loves it. Like I said, we were both teachers. She taught just west of Rockford for 20 years, in addition to Rockford. And I taught at Jefferson, East, and Auburn, for 15 years. And I've been an entrepreneur, and I've been trying my entire life. I've been always been an advocate of both family. Anything I've done has been focused on trying to help the community grow and get stronger from the bottom up to a certain extent. And I've loved it along the way. And this is Sleep in Heavenly Peace is something that sadly is very much needed in Rockford. And we're going to do our best to eliminate business in the city of Rockford.
Okay. Well, it's really kind of serendipitous, if you will. I like to call them a God incident. Some people call them coincidences. I like to call them God incident. It was a God incident, I believe, that earlier this year I heard on the Mike Rowe podcast called The Way I Heard It. He talked to the founder of Sleep in Heavenly Peace and was talking about the need for churches across the country. And I thought, wow, that's really, really neat that this is happening. I wonder where the nearest chapter is. I didn't really explore it that much. I just kind of wondered, if we'll hear about that in Rockford. And within a couple of months, I see you popping up, starting a chapter here. How did you first hear about the Sleep in Heavenly Peace not-for-profit and organization?
We'll go into the serendipitous, very similar, because several Christ Lutheran that came to me in church one day, Jeff Beek and Don Kenny and Brian Becker came to me and said, we to get this launched for a couple of years, and there's a lot of people real enthusiastic about it, but we can't get anybody to take the perverse, aka horses, and take this and make it successful. And we know you've had a history of starting not-for-profits like Greater Rockford Little League back in the day, and we think you can do it. And the more I looked into it, and like yourself, other people in Rockford saw that show, Mike Rowe, but Lester Holt did one too on Sleep in Heavenly Peace. And in the last 12 months, since that show hit, between Lester Holt and Mike Rowe, 568 people in Rockford have inquired about getting beds in the last 12 months, even before there was a chapter. There's a need. And right away, as a teacher, I experienced it as I taught grade school also, in addition to high school. And the kids, especially the grade school kids, are very willing to put their emotions on their sleeve and talk about what's great in life, but also sadly what's not going so well. And it was amazing and sad when I was teaching prior to our Montana experience that kids just were sleeping with their brother or sister or on the couch or on the floor was a heartbreaking experience. And when they brought this idea, starting the chapter and working with those gentlemen I mentioned, and I said, yeah, let's do it, because I saw it and I hated the experience of, I love listening to the kids and understanding and trying to console them, but it also broke my heart too. And I saw this as a fantastic answer to hopefully removing some of the tears in Rockford.
We often hear when it comes to school children how important it is for them to be well fed and the nutrition side of things, but you don't hear a lot about the sleep side of things and how important that is to the overall health of all of us, not just kids, but especially kids who are growing and learning and all that stuff. So having a comfortable place to sleep, it's more important than some people might think.
I think as adults in Rockford, and we all need to think about what if we were in the same situation, even now as adults, and we were forced to sleep on the floor or sleep on the couch or sleep with another sibling, and what it would be like to work your day, to go to work, to be alert, to be happy. Even now as adults, could you imagine that? I guess that's what I'm trying to have the people, the community of Rockford, even though, let's face it, you and I we're getting a little bit older, but think about it, what our life would be like if we were in the same situation at our age and expecting our life to be fantastic and happy and fulfilling. I think that would be a tall ask of any adult, even as an adult, and translate that to being a child and how much more complicated that would make their lives, and not being able to completely process that problem and that need. The kids need dignity. The kids need happiness. If we expect them and want them to go to school, and I admire, I was a friend of Aaron Jarrett's, the superintendent. I admire and hats off to the guy, everything possible to improve the grades and all the testing in Rockford Public Schools. God bless him. He did his best. But if you don't have the foundational aspects of a child in enabling he or she to have a good night's sleep, I think we're missing the boat. And I think Rockford, and I know they will, step up and really embrace what we're trying to do with Sleep in Heavenly Peace. Because put yourself in their seat, as an adult, put yourself in their position, and I think Rockford will jump to help this type of program.
And you're seeing that already. You're seeing people step up and want to volunteer. Obviously, you said over 500 requests for beds were existing before you started the chapter here in Rockford. So the need is great, but also the desire to fulfill the needs seems to be pretty great too.
We're getting really good. Christ Lutheran Church. I made a presentation there a few months ago, and Christ Lutheran Church is really stepping up to help us out via the endowment. They have an endowment fund, but also the congregation itself are just incredible. They've heard my story in terms of the presentation of why I'm doing it. They've watched that video you're showing right now. And they have kids, most of them, and they see a need for it. And I'm making presentations. I'm working with like the Rotary. I've made presentations and they're stepping up and supporting us. Kiwanis is going to be soon. Knights of Columbus nationally has a huge program with Sleep in Heavenly Peace. Lowe's is an incredible, huge partner with Sleep in Heavenly Peace. In fact, every year they have a 10,000 bed build down in North Carolina. And it's huge. It's pretty incredible, the people that are stepping up, but our objective is to have a bed build on a monthly basis, a 50 bed build. And July 18th, we have one at Christ Lutheran. We still need volunteers for that, any age. I've been to builds in Kankakee, in Madison, and everybody from grade school to senior citizens, older people, younger people at heart. How about that? Show up and they handle a sander or something of that nature. The Kankakee group I went to, and one of the videos, I'm not sure you know that, but club gets together and volunteers to participate. So it's groups, it's clubs. Kankakee entire nursing program of one of their colleges came and volunteered. We need about 50 volunteers at each one of these builds, 50 to 60 volunteers. It takes 2.5 hours, 3 hours, 50 beds in roughly three hours. And then our team gets together and we have a delivery team. I'm still trying to recruit people that will act as a delivery team.
Okay.
Hauling these beds. It's not just the beds we provide the mattresses, the sheets, the pillows, the comforter, everything to make a child feel that dignity and feel that happiness of when they get on the bus, they feel good about their life versus not be and being unhappy. If we want problems in the schools, arguments in the schools to go down and discipline to go down, I would argue as a teacher, as a former teacher, if these kids aren't sleeping, that we're stacking a deck against these kids and their capability of handling the day-to-day problems if they're not getting a good night's sleep.
Well, there are two things that are most important for a child, and that's a good night's sleep and a good breakfast.
Yeah.
And if we can provide both of those, that's pretty awesome. All right, so you may have answered my question already. Do you do strictly built beds or do you purchase beds for kids, like on an emergency basis? If somebody needed a bed, will you purchase a bed,
No.
maybe at a thrift store or something like that?
No. Sleeping in Heavenly, there's other organizations that do that. There's some organizations in Rockford that are exceptionally at filling that need. Sleeping in Heavenly Feast, is focusing on build beds. We have families in Rockford our portal, because we're just a startup and we're just launching in the next week, actually, technically, because we're having our first build. They'll be able to go on our website, which is Sleep in a Heavenly Peace, and you've actually brought it up there in your screen, and they can apply for a bed. And we have a person that an applications manager, Lori Murphy and Tammy Farron. They're going to be working and also with my wife, Jennifer. They'll be working together to go through these applications and make sure that the people are, and actually, because what we don't want are people getting beds and then let's just say not using for their intent. So we actually go to the house, rebuild the beds, because when we go to the house, they're like guardrails, they're headboards, and we assemble them at the house. So
Nice.
they're for kids 3 to 17 years old, with a house or a rental or whatever you want, or an apartment. But we want to stay in our lane and we want to focus on what we're doing for kids 3 to 17.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Are you is your not-for-profit currently collaborating with any other not-for-profits in the area? Because I'm seeing what you're doing, and I immediately think of, wow, there's a connection there with Rock House Kids or something like that here locally.
We're going to work with all of them, and I'm trying to set up a point to talk with them, do presentations. I've done a presentation, like I said, at Christ Lutheran, then at Kiwanis, and hopefully next month, Knights of Columbus, but also Salvation Army on where the old Circuit City is. We're collaborating with them because we're very much in the same. We're trying to help a similar clientele, and we're working with them. I think it's called Ruthie's Kitchen, I think it's called. And we're working with it. We've started working with the city of Rockford. Tom McNamara and his folks. We're starting to work with them. Like I said a few minutes ago, we're in the launch phase, and so we're just trying to develop that network. And I ask that for all those folks like Ruthie's Kitchen and all those other agencies that feel that what we're trying to do is in concert with them, we love it. Because sadly, our clientele, God willing, someday we won't have the clientele. I personally would like not to have any bedlessness problem, but the reality is what it is. But I want to work with all the organizations, and our group wants to work with all the organizations. because alone we're not going to make it. Together, I think we can make a big impact because we have a really narrow charter in terms of what we're trying to accomplish compared to some of those other agencies and other not-for-profits. Ours is narrow. But I think sometimes that's really, really the best way to go about it is a narrow focus, eliminating bedlessness for kids 3 to 17. And we have a niche in Rockford, and I think a lot of people are going to realize that more and more.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is really exciting. I think a lot of people hearing about this for the first time, that especially if you've been looking for like a ground floor not-for-profit opportunity to jump in on, this is it. Here it is. This is what you've been waiting for. Here's your sign, everybody. Here's your sign.
Exactly.
So come on out. And if you're looking for that
Yeah.
kind of ground floor opportunities, jump into Sleep in Heavenly Peace now. Go ahead, Tom.
And well, if you're a handyman and
Mm-hmm.
you've got some time on the weekends or some time on a Monday morning or a Thursday morning or whatever, that'd be something wonderful, and it's a way to give back. And I don't know, you probably don't have to be, sold out man or woman of God. I'm not suggesting that, whatever.
No.
I'm just saying the idea here is to get kids beds. We're not interested in your background. We're not interested in anything else. And I hope I'm not speaking out of turn. I'll let you handle that one. But I'm just saying, just come one, come all. Just bring your tools, bring your
No tools.
bring your heart.
We have all the tools. All right.
Sweet.
Okay.
We have all the tools.
Okay.
And
We're good.
we train everybody at every position. Like I said, we would like, now you have to sign up. If you go to our webpage, it says volunteer here. You'll hit it. Once you find our page, SHP Rockford chapter, you'll go down and you'll see the build. Like July 18th, we have one scheduled. And if you want to volunteer, you sign up there. And if a child's going to do it, make sure you have to. That's the Facebook page, but you go to our website.
Go back to the website here.
Yeah, if you go all the way down at the bottom there, I think. Keep going a little further. There you
Upcoming local events. There we
There you
go.
all right. You go in there and you tap on them, and then you actually have to fill out the live. And we do limit. We just don't want everybody. We don't want 100 people showing up, because we don't want to be one of those organizations where there's tons of people to come and a quarter of them do nothing. We want to use every person that comes, because Sleep in Heavenly Peace isn't just about doing this for the kids. All right, we're more diverse than that. I went to a build in Kankakee, and it was a 60-bed build at a Lowe's there, and they had 100 volunteers showed up. 100 volunteers signed up. Roughly 90 showed up, and they did it in 2 shifts. And the camaraderie and the building of relationships from every ethnicity, every demographic, every ability level. We had people that showed up. One gentleman rolled up in a wheelchair and said, I want to volunteer my time, but you probably don't have anything for me to do. They wheeled him up to a chair, up to a table, gave him a handheld sander, and he went to town for 3 hours. And occasionally people would take a break to get water. This guy worked diligently for 3 hours, loved everything about it, talked with all the people around him. And what he got out of that, when he was done with it, he was on the borderline of being emotional, because he felt his worth. And it's important what we're doing, helping the kids. But let's face it, gentlemen, at this time, we have, how do I say it? A society that split, shall we say. And this is an opportunity where non-political or non
Yeah.
religious
It's nonpartisan, very nonpartisan. Yeah.
and people come together to do something in concert with each other and accomplish something to eliminate tears and bedlessness in our town. And when people come together for such an enormous, life-changing experience for the kids in Rockford, when they come together and feel as a group they accomplish something, I'll tell you, it's not just the kids that benefit, it's the group that benefits. And that's what Sleep in Heavenly Peace, it's a dual charter, one for the kids, but also for the adults coming together. I had a fifth grader, and he or she is very much part of it because they pick up the lumber and they take to the first station. Or from the first station, are they an active participant? Yes, they're loving it.
Oh, yeah.
It's based on how many we want to help the kids, but every person, boy, girl, old, young, special needs or anything, the more people that touch that product, the more our community is supporting and eliminating tears and bedlessness in Rockford, the more people come together, young or old, to accomplish that goal.
Yeah. There's a pretty big misconception when it comes to volunteering that if you're not doing something that involves heavy lifting, you're not really accomplishing anything, and that's just not true. Every little bit helps. I'm wearing my Wizard of Oz shirt today. This is the last week, and you have a chance to catch the Wizard of Oz at Rock Valley College Starlight Theater. If you're watching this live, you get two more chances, tonight at 8 and then Sunday night at 8, and then the show is done. It's over. It's out of here. And the other 3 shows commence through the rest of the summer. But the roles I've accepted over the years at Starlight Theater, none of them have been very heavy lifting roles. None of them have been major starring roles or anything like that, but they've all been very important pieces to the storytelling. They've all been important pieces to the arranging and getting the set on stage for each scene and setting the tone of things. And I'm proud and happy to be a part of all those things. And as far as volunteering at a place like this, whether you're sitting in a wheelchair with a hand sander, or you're a child that's just still strong enough to lift a few boards and get him to the next station, every little bit helps. A pencil doesn't get made without the eraser and the carbon and the wood, and those come from different places all over the globe. So you need all the pieces.
We have people that, and some people, we've had people that can't help physically. And we've had, some of them, we've had people write $10 checks. We're 501c3 non-for-profit. We've had people donate, say, I can't be a part of it physically, but I'm going to help out. Everything we do requires people. One of the things you can do by going on our our website is they'll also have a wish list, and people can go on there and order like bed in the bags, okay, that type of thing. We have people to donate $10. We have a program that people can say, I want to donate $25 a month, and our program SHP has developed a program where people can do that $25 a month. We've had families that lost a loved one, and they say they've written us a check for like $3,000 in honor of their father or their mother. We're working with Rockford Foundation, Community Foundation. So yes, we're trying to open our sphere, shall we say, in terms of connections. Rockford Community Foundation, I made a presentation there, and they love it. But unfortunately, grants take time. Kiwanis and Rotary, they're stepping up nicely. We're very happy. But this thing, we wanted to help eliminate, we want to and will eliminate bedlessness in Rockford. That's my goal. But to do that, people have to step up and help us. Maybe not physically, but everything supply 50 beds. But what? We need 50 sets of sheets, 50 pillows, 50 comforters, an organization of ladies, most of them are ladies, I guess there's a few gentlemen, doing quilts, thing. It takes a community to uplift Rockford, and it has always been that way from back in the day with Coleman and Lockwoods and those type of folks. They understood it, and they made the city what it is, or helped grow it in the early years. So we're launching, coming out strong, and we will Bedless Sound and Rockford. I know we'll figure it out and jump to our assistance and help us and work with us. I want that more than anything. We need to come together as a community more and more to solve the problems.
This is a great opportunity for collaboration and a common goal, a good unity goal. As far as goals go, I think you just stated your goal really well. We want to eliminate bedlessness in Rockford, and it is definitely an achievable goal. So there's a lot of different ways you can plug in. If you can't attend a build, but you want to contribute $5, $10, $15, $50, $100, $100, $1,000, whatever dollar amount you can throw toward this cause, that would be awesome. And there's going to be other opportunities, not just here July 18th, but there's another one in September coming up, and I imagine there'll be different events. Huge. Yeah, a lot of different events coming.
Nationally, there's there's been 40 Lowe's for the last several years that have been sponsored by Lowe's, and it's 50 beds. It costs almost $13,000 to completely fund build like that for 50 beds. And I put in an application for this year. They're expanding that big build by 10 chapters. And Rockford was chosen as one of the 10 nationally to have the big build in the parking lot of East State Street Lowe's in September. So they expanded it to Rockford Lowe's, and I pushed hard for it. And I just got the email yesterday awarding Rockford heavily huge build in
Nice.
Exciting.
Did they express any interest in having like a build in their parking lot or something like that? Would that make sense for them or for you? I don't even know.
That's where we're having it. We're having it in their front parking lot.
You are.
Yeah. The beauty of what we do, our entire operation runs off a generator. So we can do in August, I'm trying to set up where we do our build downtown Rockford. We're trying to set it up. We're trying to still work on the logistics, but August 15th, I'd like to do it in the parking lot of Memorial Hall there on August 18th, because our drill press and our sanders and anything else we need for electricity. Now, a lot of it runs on NiCad batteries now, but there are things that require power. So we have a large generator. So we're able to do it in parking lots. We're able to do it in yards. We're able to everywhere because we're mobile. And we set up our tables and our canopies. And we go where people are. We're looking for sponsors. We don't have an official sponsor for August, but I'd like to do it downtown Rockford, because that's the heart of the city. And I think it's important to build in the heart of the city. We're also working with Hennig Manufacturing. We're trying to finalize something with them in terms of a build. But I guess we're trying to do it down in where the old Elks Club. I'd like to do it there. We're trying to figure out how we can get permission to do it at the next to Memorial Hall or the parking lot on August 15th. So that's piece of Sleep in Heavenly Peace. So
nice. Good deal.
It's like a MASH unit with beds.
it is.
It really
MASH unit with a smile. Exactly.
That's awesome.
That's right.
That's awesome. Well,
No one dies, they just sleep well. Yeah, that should be your slogan.
Yeah.
well,
it's-
we've been using AI to give us some questions most weeks for our guests, and seeing what it does for us. And this week, let's see if Gemini has done a good job of giving me good questions to ask you in case we missed anything in our chat so far. Here's what Gemini gave me when I asked for 3 good questions for Patrick Fox, who started a new Sleep in Heavenly Peace chapter here in Rockford. It says, Sleep in Heavenly Peace does phenomenal work with their clear, powerful mission. No kid sleeps on the floor in our town. And because the Rockford chapter relies entirely on local volunteers rolling up their sleeves to build and deliver handmade bunk beds and mattresses and bedding, our interview with Patrick Fox is a great opportunity to showcase grassroots, high-impact community leadership. Here's 3 great questions. Number 1, the human value of an equity sanctuary. Patrick, the core mission of Sleep in Heavenly Peace is so clear and so powerful. No kid sleeps on the floor in our town. So when we think about a home, a bed isn't just a piece of furniture. It's a safe space where a kid can dream and rest and feel secure. What does it do for a local family and for the child specifically when your team shows up to deliver a brand new bed complete with mattress and bedding to a kid who has been sleeping on a floor or on a couch? Have you, you're brand new, so have you delivered beds yet?
Yes. One of the things when we launch, we have to go through some training out in Utah, where the companies where the headquarters, shall we say, are located, and we go on deliveries. I've been with the Madison Group as well as the group. There's another group in Edgerton that actually Wisconsin has the most chapters of state in the United States. Wisconsin.
Oh, wow.
They're really working hard up there, and incredible support. And the one, it's PTSD in a positive way, if that makes any sense. Because when you see the kids and their faces light up, if we presume you're human and you experience those kids, the little kids walking into their bedroom to see their bed that they've never had before, many of these kids never have had a bed, and you see their eyes and you see the tears, it will rock your world. It will absolutely rock your world. Some kids are scared because they're like, is this really for me, or are you just teasing me? Because they're so afraid they'll lose it. And when the parent or guardian is able to convince them this is yours, it all goes away, it just evaporates, and your life changes. And so we are in the process of recruiting those bed build teams, because we're going to build them, and we need people to help us. There's protocols and there's training for those folks to go out and build the beds. We're still looking for volunteers to help with that challenge or that component of our operation. But it will change your life, and it did mine, and it just reemphasized how important what we're doing it is to these kids.
And that's kind of what question 2 is all about. Building a lifestyle. We call it a lifestyle surplus. Building a lifestyle surplus with volunteers. It says question 2, a unique element of Sleep in Heavenly Peace is that your chapter doesn't just buy beds. You build them from scratch at community build events. So you're bringing together local businesses, churches, and residents to literally saw the wood, sand the frames, assemble the final product. What has leading these build days taught you about the spirit of the Rockford area, and how does giving volunteers a hands-on role like this create a true lifestyle surplus of community pride. You've already touched on a lot of this already, that the things that you've seen have really, like the guy in the wheelchair sanding a bed frame. It's been pretty special already.
It has. Now, the one thing your AI kind of vote on a little bit was it's not just bunk beds. All right.
Right.
We also do the twins. Do offer bunks if need be.
Okay.
But it's also the twins itself. The Rockford has my professional life. Years ago, when I started Greater Rockford Little League, a lot of people said it'll never take hold, never support it, right? And it was amazing, the support that I was able to garner with Greater Rockford League and getting that up and going. And it was a tremendous success during my tenure. And I, from the bottom of my heart and with a lot of prayers, say and have utmost confidence, rock credibility within itself, from its founding years to the 80s and 90s, when I had, and people like Webb's Norman, the Rockford Park District, were creators of a network to make Rockford powerful. And I think Rockford, very good direction. It's getting stronger and stronger, and it will, because every town has their issues, but I would argue that Rockford, in its heart, has a great deal of ability to step up and make a big difference in a lot of lives. And I don't think sometimes Rockford understands how much power they have as a group. Things happen in a big, big way. That's what I'm hoping I can ignite.
I got a quote next to me, Patrick, next to my desk over here, which is our deepest fear. You probably have heard this quote before. It says, our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. You playing small does not serve the world. And it goes on to a little bit more to encourage people on that day.
Rockford community is incredibly powerful. And I think, in my opinion, when Rockford community, by and large, begins to realize, it'll just explode in a huge, powerful way, and a lot will be accomplished. We just understand how powerful they are.
Yeah, I believe that. And question number 3 kind of goes into that as well. The vision for you guys. Running a local chapter means balancing a lot of moving parts, coordinating applications from the families, managing the tools, managing the lumber supply, planning major community builds. As you're looking at the needs across the greater Rockford area today, what are the biggest strategic hurdles that your chapter is facing right now to keep pace with the requests? And how can local leaders and sponsors and listeners best help step up to help you scale your impact? What's the biggest challenge right now for you?
Hours or less? Let me think here.
As a startup, they're all there, I know, right? But it's finding those people who are really going to fill these roles, right?
Yeah. I guess I'd love to talk and make presentations at every church possible in the city of Rockford, every organization. I want to be in a position where, like, working with, for an example, Rockford Community Foundation, and work in conjunction with the city of Rockford in terms of, I think, has a lot of power when the right story is said and the right deed is pointed out. Rockford will step up. The city of Rockford will step up. We obviously need the monetary, because for every bid we need the loans. We're in the process, money. I'd like to purchase, we need an enclosed trailer. I'd want one, as well as an open trailer to buy locally here. And we're a mobile operation. We want to target the different areas of Rockford, and we want to have builds in their communities. And to do that, we can pile all on the back of pickup, that type of thing. But what we need, because to do these things in a build in, like, say, Southwest Rockford or Southeast Rockford or Central Rockford or downtown, we need the ability to take, like one of you gentlemen mentioned, a mobile MASH type thing. In order to be in contact, we need sponsors. We need people or companies or foundations or groups or clubs or schools. One of the videos I think you guys have shown was the Girl Scout group. We want to build at a Girl Scout wherever they want us to. They want us to go during a camp, if they're camp. Or say, for instance, the Rockford Park District has the camp, was it Camp Winnebago, I think it is, up in North Second, I think it is. I'm not sure. We want to be able to go to those different
Off North Main
places. Yes, that's what, excuse me, you're right. I knew it was somewhere up that north area.
Yeah.
It needs a few things.
Yeah.
And we don't have the trailers yet that we desperately need in order to make ourselves mobile and efficient. Because when we these builds, if we have to make 10 trips or 15 trips in a pickup truck, that eliminates enthusiasm to a certain extent. Having to haul everything, because the tables, we have to, the canopies, all the equipment we take with us, we need efficiency. But in anything, we need prayers. We need people willing to come see us. You don't necessarily have to participate in the build. You can come and take a look at what we're doing, stand back and watch what we're trying to do, and bringing people together to accomplish. They say eliminate no kids sleep in our bed in our town. I want to eliminate the tears in our bed in our town associated with eliminating bedlessness. And I think if people buy into that, we'll have a groundbreaking support, and that's what I'm hoping for. The more money we get contributed, the bigger bed builds we'll have.
That's right.
All right, Patrick, I've got it. So it's MASH. It's make all sleeping happy.
Nice. I like that.
There you go. Make all sleeping happy. Yeah.
Welcome
I'm
to the
going to write
MASH.
that down.
Well, the final thing I ask AI to do is try to give me some funny or odd questions to ask our guests. And sometimes they hit it out of the park, and sometimes it's not so great. So this one has to do with NASCAR. And I don't even know if you can answer this yet, because you haven't really officially had your first build yet. So maybe this doesn't apply, but bed building NASCAR style. Patrick, your volunteers are incredibly efficient. During a build day, if the Sleep in Heavenly Peace Rockford crew were challenged to a high-stakes NASCAR-style pit stop race against a team of actual professional mechanics, but instead of changing tires, the goal was to complete a bed from scratch using only hand tools, how quickly are your volunteers clearing the track, and what is your official prediction for the record-breaking completion time? How fast can you build a bed if you really got efficient, right?
You know what? I'll put a team, the volunteers we're to get against any NASCAR group. because because SHP has an incredible protocol of a process and efficiency. We're as efficient we want to be. We want as hands touching the water as possible to be part of it, but we don't want to overuse our volunteers and wait. But one thing that SHP has figured out is efficiency up to a point, and we can approximately 50 beds in 3.5 hours. And let's face it, NASCAR only has one car, 50. So that's a mic drop. Mic drop. All right.
There you go.
Mic drop. I love it.
Helping children sleep better. All children deserve a safe, comfortable place to lay their heads. Check out, we've got the links in the chat. If you're watching us on Twitch or Facebook or YouTube, it all should pop up there, or even on LinkedIn. If you're watching later on Spotify, the links should be in the show description. So, all right. Well, I think we've covered all the bases. And once we've covered all the bases, that's when it's time to turn things over to Tom for our weekly trivia challenge. Patrick, you and I are playing as a team to try to score points for Tom's 7 questions of the week.
It's time for Tom's Trivia Challenge on the In Crowd 815 podcast. Good luck.
All right, Tom, what do we got this week?
All right, Snoopy's sleeping in,
All right,
so
game
I've got
time.
my helper. Yeah, I got my other helper here. What's that, boy? Yeah, it'll be good. Don't worry. All right, so Patrick, it could also be make all sleep heavenly. We could do that too. So
There you
either
go.
way. Look at you. You got your hat on backwards. I love it. You're ready for action.
Game time.
Yeah.
Game on.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, I love it. I love it. There we go. All right. So there is a bit of a theme to today's questions. You'll figure it out when we hit question number 3. All right. And by the way, this whole trivia thing that we do is not designed to make you feel bad, feel stupid, feel anything other than, hey, that was kind of fun. Let's do it again. And you can play trivia every Wednesday night if you so are so inclined. You can come out to Louie's and play. And I am working on a second place. I'll keep everybody posted on that. So here we go. Which is heavier? This has nothing to do with today's topic, but which is heavier, a grizzly bear or a polar bear? Once
Grizzly
again,
bear
which
or a
is
polar
heavier,
bear?
a grizzly bear or a polar bear?
Both
Is there
are
a
really
buzzer I
big.
hit something?
Well, we're
Nope.
working together as a team, so we talked this out.
Working
We're trying to
together as
score
a
together.
team. Yep.
Personally,
They're
I saw
both
this in-
huge.
Yes. We had a place out in Montana we just sold, and we had
Okay.
grizzly. All right. They're big, very big. But technically, because I saw it on TV, and the polar bear is bigger.
I believe you. I
You-
think it's right.
You are exactly correct. 700 to 1,300 pounds for a polar bear, and a grizzly bear 400 to 600. Even on the high end of the grizzly and the low end of the polar bear, there's still polar bear's still bigger.
Polar
they're about
bears are
300
just
pounds when they're born.
huge.
I
Just
love polar
huge.
bears. I love him. I love polar bears. As
All
you
right,
can
I
tell,
always-
I love
Yeah,
I love my animals.
I always feel good if we get 4 or 5 out of Tom's 7 questions right. As
All right.
a
We're
good
hot.
weekend.
We're
So let's
hot.
see if we can. We got one for one.
All right, here we go. Well, Joey Chestnut won again. This time he ate how many Nathan's hot dogs? Was it 66 or 76? Once again, Joey Chestnut won again. He needs a hobby. He needs a job, actually. This time, how many Nathan's hot dogs did he eat? 66 or 76?
I didn't hear the results this year, the
Well-
July 4th hot dog contest. So
I
I'm curious what his challenges were.
don't think he's a fan of Route 66. I also think Joey is a person that's into branding, and given the fact that that we just did the 2026 and the 76. Then my bet is because of the nostalgia of the 1776.
I like where you're going with
I
this.
say Joey the Branding Wizard Chestnut 76.
I like
All right, you
that.
agree with that, Greg?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
So last year he ate 71 and a half hot dogs, which was a record, and that record
Ooh.
still stands. It was 66.
Oh, bummer.
Ryan,
Okay.
I'm so sorry about
You
that.
missed
I wonder
out
if he
on
tra-
that brain.
What's that?
What a lightweight. Jeez.
Lightweight.
What a lightweight.
Like, yeah. I can't even eat 66 jelly beans without barfing. So, wow. All right, here we go. Here we go. Number 3, the peace sign was created in 1958. Was it an anti-war symbol or an anti-nuclear symbol? Once again, the peace sign was created in 1958. Was it anti-war or anti-nuclear at the time?
58 was what, Korean War time?
Yeah, I think it was done by then, and we were ramping up in Vietnam, starting the whole issues in Vietnam,
Hmm.
and then we had the
I
Cuban
don't
Missile
know.
Crisis, which was kind of directly related. Well, it was Russia, but
Ooh.
whatever. It was all
Is that like a bread-
political
is that
unrest in the
breadcrumb?
world.
That's a breadcrumb.
I don't know, but I'm leaning toward the anti-nuclear thing though. I'm leaning toward that for some reason. I don't know why. I think the nuclear stuff was amping up in the 50s, right? So maybe that
Mhm.
was
I'll go with
an
that.
anti-nuclear move.
That's reasonable.
All right,
It's an
very good, because it was nuclear disarmament is what they were going for. So
Nuclear
yes,
disarmament.
anti-nuclear.
All right.
Wasn't that
Good job.
All
Good
right.
job.
wasn't that part of Forrest Gump? Wasn't that part of Forrest Gump, the movie? Something like that?
It probably was. He did everything. I mean, he met with the president. He was a star running back for Alabama. He ran 8,000 miles on a marathon. I mean, my God, what a dumb movie.
It was the
I hate
happy.
that
It was the happy place. It was the happy
The
face.
smiley face, yes.
The smiley
The smiley
face.
face. But
Yeah,
that
that's
didn't come around until the 70s, but it all was an offshoot of that. So you're correct. Good call. Okay.
Okay.
Number 4, this TV show called The Joy of Painting taught people how to paint majestic landscapes. Who was the creator and star of the show?
You know him? You guys know it? The curly hair guy, all the big curly hair?
Yeah, he was epic.
The guy with the big afro. What
was
his name
on,
Bob Ross?
I think it was.
I
He was.
think it was Bob Ross.
It was Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
Yeah.
The guy with 2 first names.
Oop, that's a
think his
mistake.
middle name was-
We'll make that a tree. A happy little tree. There we go.
Yeah. I think his middle name was Jim, so he had three last names or first names. I don't know what it was. All
Genius.
right. Here we go with question number 5. The year was 1987, and Heaven is a Place on Earth was on its way to #1 status on the Billboard Hot 100. Who sang the song? See, there's the other tie-in. Another one.
Heaven is a place on earth.
Heaven is a place on earth.
Was
Who
it a
sang
solo
that
artist
song?
or was it a solo artist or a group? I think it was.
Well,
a
you get no hints
solo.
there, Mr. Saunders.
Um,
It was a solo artist after she had left her group.
because
Oh, Oh,
so
Another bread.
I think she sang with Bananarama, but I think as a solo artist, I think wasn't she Belinda was Carlisle? Was it
You
Belinda.
are correct on that, but she did not sing in Bananarama. She sang for the Go-Go's.
the Go-Go's?
You
The
got it
other
right.
one of those other.
Her friend called her Belinda.
All
I think it was.
Belinda Carlisle, you are correct. You are correct. You guys
All
are.
right.
That was
4 to
question number
5.
5. You are
4 to 5.
4-1. You reached your 4. Now you're going for my goal of 5. All right, number 6. Here we go. As told in the classic tale of Rip Van Winkle by Washington Irving, how many years did RVW sleep?
How many years?
RVW being Rip Van Winkle. I just like to,
Rip
you
Van
know,
Winkle.
we're personal friends, so I call him RVW.
How many years did he sleep?
Yep. Probably should have given
Wow.
you a. I should have given you a 50.
Is there a range?
Huh?
How about a range?
Is it?
How about
How
a range?
about-
Okay.
How about if I just guess
Fi-
20?
You'd be correct. So I'll stop you right there. 20 is
Really?
right.
What?
Yep.
Way to go,
Was that
Patrick.
really a guess, or was it an educated guess? Or
Oh,
yeah, that was good. You guys are 5-1. This is going. You will
Yeah.
be tied for second all time with 6. If you
Come
get
on.
this, we've had a few 7s. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Today and yesterday was Brat Days, Alpine Kiwanis. So
Brat Days today.
What year marked the very first Alpine Kiwanis Brat Days in Rockford, Illinois? Was it 1961 or 1971?
We had them on the show too, and to promote the event. And I'm trying to remember if she said it was 71 when they started the Brat Days, because I know it started quite small. I know it was.
yeah.
I don't know if I had. I'm guessing it's 71, but
Let's go with
Do you
71.
agree with that, Patrick?
71.
And you would both be correct. You are both
it was a
correct.
decade. It was a decade when the
1971.
70s
You guys
were
went.
unbelievably brilliant in the 70s. I'm in the 70s.
yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm a big fan of the 70s because the music was the best. I don't care what anybody says. First
Oh,
and
yeah.
foremost, I love disco. I absolutely love disco. But the mix of music, you had everything from bubblegum, a lot of one-hit wonders, a lot of great one-hit wonders. You had,
Milli Vanilli,
you
I
had
think, too,
disco,
right?
you had some good rock stuff, and then you had that
Oh no,
no, they were 90s. They were 90s.
Well,
If Milli Vanilli wasn't actually singing, does it really count? No,
No.
it does not.
They-
They didn't.
they
They,
just had-
lost their Grammy.
they just had to look good.
Yeah.
They just had to
Girl,
look good.
I'm gonna miss you. Well, on that song, "Girl, I'm Gonna Miss You," he was actually talking about Grammy. I'm gonna miss you. So
Oh.
Yeah. Same.
All right,
I agree. The 70s were
Patrick.
70s were the best decade for rock and roll.
Yeah.
oh, it
Absolutely.
was no question about it. My favorite all-time group. They came out in '69, actually. Led Zeppelin, and then Leonard Skinner. They're 1 and 1A. I vacillate between the two. Two of the greatest groups ever.
Yep.
Absolutely
The
love
Zepp.
them. You
The
know.
Zepp. Well, Patrick, it's been
Yeah.
a great hour learning about what you're doing with Sleep in Heavenly Peace, and we definitely want to keep tracking along with you. In fact, we would highly encourage you to get a business partner to be in our next Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest, which is happening on October 1st at Tabala. The winning team wins $8,000 for their chosen not-for-profit. So we have 3 teams signed up. We have room for 12. So we're still seeking 9 more teams to be playing for their chosen not-for-profit. And the masked portion of the contest isn't wearing masks while you sing your karaoke song, although you can if you want to. The masked portion is the fact that each of the 12 teams playing has a table centerpiece at their table, and we know who the sponsor is of the team, what business has sponsored the team to be there, but we don't know the not-for-profit they're playing for until the end of the night when we reveal the scores and who won. So every team gets a chance to talk about their not-for-profit at the end of the night that they're playing for and why they chose them. And we've given out over $20,000 the first 4 times we've played this game, and just October 1st alone, we'll have over $10,000 in prize money to give out. So it's going to be a very exciting night at Tabala, Thursday night, October 1st. If you want to sign up, contact InCrowd 815, and we will get that information to you in your business. So if you got a business sponsor, Lowe's or otherwise, whatever, that wants to support a team for you guys, you get to have up to 8 players on your team. All 8 players get to play trivia as a team, and 1 or 2 or all 8 people can sing your karaoke song. It's up to you what you want to do with your karaoke song. So in the past, most of the winners have been solo singers, but that doesn't mean a duet couldn't win or a trio. So you got time to prepare for that, but you don't have much time to sign up because there's only room for 12 teams and 3 have already been taken. 3 spots have already been taken. So check out incrowd815.com for more information on that. Patrick, before we let you go, any final things, any final shout outs or information you wanted to share before we let you go about your weekend?
Well, I think I've pretty much covered everything I could possibly want to. You guys are amazing. The questions is brought to the table, even the AI ones, were exceptional. And the highlight of my day is going to be this trivia thing. Stroke of genius.
Yeah.
Stroke of genius, gentlemen. You guys are fantastic for Rockford. And
Yeah, baby.
you guys are one of the cornerstones of making Rockford an incredible city to live in and grow a family in. And God bless you both.
There's the goal. Awesome.
Thank you, buddy. That was very, very nice to say. I know it came from the heart. So good luck with what you do with your make all sleep heavenly encounter.
And we'll keep in touch.
I think what you could do is you could have like the MASH logo with the asterisk and then have make and then all and then sleep heavenly underneath, subtitled.
That can be a
Why not?
plan B. Good idea.
Yeah.
All
Thank
right.
you, gentlemen.
There's no way you're going to get sued by
Thank you, Patrick.
MASH, I mean, all right, we'll see you
Have
later.
a great weekend.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Up a picture of Tom with Alex and this dude named Fred, and bring Susan on the screen and welcome to the InCrowd 815 podcast, Susan Danforth. Good morning to you, Susan.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Good morning, Susan. Long time no see. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am wonderful.
Let's see how
Awesome.
the screen is going to look best for us today. I think it's going to look best this way with your vertical screen. So, so
Okay.
glad you could join us today. For those who are completely uninitiated and don't know who Susan Danforth is, let's start with your background. Are you a native Rockfordian? Did you grow up here in the 815?
I am a native Rockfordian. Yes, I grew up in the 815. Went to Christian Life High School, went to Rock Valley College, and stayed rooted and had a family.
Okay. So you were an Eagle.
Yes.
Can't bash on the Eagles. All my kids went to Christian Life too. So,
Yep.
and my wife taught there for 19
Your wife taught there. Yes, exactly.
So after high school and college, and you stayed here and had a family, tell us about your family background a little bit.
Let's see. So I was a single mom and I had 2 kids with Darnell and Fred, and ended up meeting my husband who also had kids at a basketball camp, and we just became a basketball family. We brought our kids up playing basketball. There was the 3 of the boys played. Fred was the youngest of the 3. We had Darnell and JD and Fred. And just for lack of resources and time, we made them all play on the same team, even though he was 3 years younger than everyone. And he loved it. So, and it made our life easy. And it ended up working out for him.
And some kids rise to the challenge.
And
of
the
being
funny
their
thing
older
about
brothers,
it-
and some don't. And obviously,
Yeah,
Fred did.
he rose to the
Yeah.
challenge. Yeah. And would get mad that he was so much smaller than everyone and didn't have playing time. And I'm better than them. And yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, he was right. I
Yeah, he
remember
was, wasn't
JD
he?
was good as well, but
Yes.
Fred was so good in the early days at Nelson Storm.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you remember my son.
I
Matt
do.
played
Yeah.
with
Yes.
Fred and Dean Lowry. That's the thing I always like to tell people. I've known Fred since he was this tall,
For
and all that.
sure.
And I would remember JD going, "There you go, Fred. There you go, Fred. There you go, Fred." That's our Matt and I do that all the time. Whenever we see Fred, or "There you go, Fred."
Yeah.
It was so great. Those are some great days.
It was
But
some
what I
fun
remember
times.
the most, and Greg, I'm sorry if I monopolize all this.
Oh,
We're in my
I
territory
planned on
now.
this.
Yeah.
This was in my plan all along.
Oh, absolutely.
Perfect. You get to take the day off.
Absolutely. So I remember. What's that?
I said then he gets to take the day off. You and
Oh,
I got
yeah,
this.
yeah.
He gets the day off. Yeah.
We got this. We got this. We got this. But anyway, I remember so many times little Fred's still not that big. In fact, if you look at that picture, I'm taller than him. And I told Fred, you could ask him, I said, Fred, I'm taller than you. I should be the NBA star. Look at that. I'm like 2 inches taller than him. I should be the NBA star. Problem is, my parents smoked when she was carrying me. They stunted my growth. I should have been 6'8". I should have been an NBA star.
Oh man.
Now, Fred's much better at defense than me. He's got a better jump shot. He's faster. He's smarter. He's well. Anyway, I'll stop there. No, Fred is such a wonderful, wonderful kid. I call him a kid. He's a grown man, but he's a kid to me.
He's
And he
still
will
a kid
always
to
be.
me
And he's
too.
he's
Yes.
a super. Oh yeah. No, he is a super individual. Fred has always been so accommodating. Now I understand if we were to go to that picture there was taken at the
Milwaukee,
the
right?
Bradley Center the year
Yeah.
before it was torn down. The following year, Milwaukee. Yeah, the following year we went to the opening of the what's
Pfizer,
it called now? The
Pfizer Forum.
Pfizer Forum.
Yeah.
Pfizer Forum. The following year we went. I had another picture with him when he was in studio with us. Fred is such a superstar. He can't just arbitrarily say, "Yeah, sure, I'll be on your show." He can't do that. So we get the next best thing. We get Mom. That's okay. We love that.
Yes.
We love
Yep.
that. But anyway, so but I remember Fred being maybe the smallest kid on the lightweight Nelson Storm team, and he's running around the edge, and we're like, "Oh, we got this. We got this." And then there you go, Fred, and there he goes, and he's in and out and in and out and gone in
Gone.
60
Yeah.
seconds, and it was amazing. We loved it. We loved it. And you know what? Fred's a big reason why we won a championship, 2 championships, whether it was lightweight, heavyweight, doesn't matter. He's a big reason.
Oh, thank
Big
you.
reason. So anyway, okay, I'm done. No, I'm not really, but I had to get that in.
It's fun to recall the history of that and all the stuff that he was able to do here in Rockford. And obviously he holds Rockford close to his heart for a lot of different reasons. And it's amazing to me still that at the end of that championship run that he shouted out Rockford in the end of his interview, which, we'll talk about that later, but how many NBA players ever do anything like that? I
Yeah.
never heard it before.
I've never heard it.
Maybe a high school. You might hear someone shout out their high school or something like that. But no, he shouted out the whole town.
Yes, he
did.
did. Yes, he did.
Pretty impressive. So I guess let's catch up on Fred. How is he doing with his recovery? Obviously, we saw him on the sidelines in the playoffs, cheering on his team and being the ultimate hype man and getting his team to almost break through. But they had a tough go there. How's his recovery doing?
He's doing really good. He's on track. He's working out every day. We really all are just arranging all of our time to give him the opportunity to get back on the court as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's never been injured, so it was a big adjustment for everyone. And our family is very close knit, and so we've always just stuck together and do whatever's necessary. And this was just another time for us to come circle back and do that.
Yeah. It's for never being injured for as long as he played. That's pretty impressive in itself. So, but as we've seen with other professionals over the years, when those major injuries happen, not all of them have what it takes to recover from that sort of stuff. I mean, it's
a lot.
It is
It's
a lot. And there's a different level of discipline. Obviously, Fred had crazy discipline to do what he did at his size and to become what he became. But this is a whole nother ball game, really, if if you want to put it that way, right?
For sure. Like this is something where everything's out of your control. And everything's always out of your control, but you're in it and you can maneuver and make sure that you're doing your part. And this is just another situation where he's doing everything on his end to do his part.
Yeah. Where does he spend most of his time these days as a Houston Rocket now? Is he kind of got a nice place in Houston where he spends
Most of his time is spent in Houston, yep, where he has access to their gyms and facilities, and his trainer is here. So Yeah.
Houston's quite the town. It's a huge.
Houston is so
when he
much
comes
fun.
to town,
Yes.
is it like
Go ahead.
I have not been to Houston. I've been to Texas a couple of times, but when he comes to town, is it kind of on the hush hush? Like you have reporters calling saying, "When is Fred coming in? When do we want to interview him?" Or
No,
is
we
it
try
kind
to
of he
do it
just
as
comes
quietly
in
as
and,
possible.
you know,
And it's a little it works for the
I would
most part
imagine,
until
yeah.
he makes the target run.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's got a bit of a distinctive look. It'd be kind of hard to hide under a hat and glasses. I mean,
Yeah.
even
He sure tries, but yeah. Yeah.
You-
the smile, the
Here's
beard.
a funny story. When Alex and Alex Gary was the guy in the photo.
Mhm.
We went up there to the Bradley Center. We were all interviewing him, and there were a ton of guys there. There were 20 guys asking Fred questions. And I was going to ask him, this is what I wanted to ask, and I never got a chance to. Hey, Fred, when you're in a bar or a restaurant in Toronto, do you get free meals when you tell everybody you're Drake? That's what I wanted to say. Because he looks so much
Oh.
like Drake. Yeah. And I never got a chance. Because the next guy, next. Okay, that's it. No more questions. I'm like, dang it. That was my moment right there. I could have been on ESPN. But I will say this. You know you're a bona fide star, and I do mean that. He is a star. He may be a superstar. Because when you're hearing the pundits on, First Take or the Herd with Colin Cowherd. In fact, this is where I heard it. They go, well, this is a while back, about a month ago or whatever it was. Well, without Fred Van Vliet on the floor, Houston is hampered or whatever, and obviously Kevin Durant too. But without Fred on the floor, it's a different ball game. I'm like, yep, there you go, Fred. There
Yeah.
you go, baby.
Yeah.
It was so cool. It was
Yeah.
so cool.
Well, the after becoming an NBA player, it wasn't just enough to become an NBA player. He had to extend himself to becoming an NBA champion, which is still kind of it's kind of a dream that it didn't even happen, right? It's just kind of amazing that whole scenario took place, and him and Kawhi and the team just pushed that Toronto team over the edge that people weren't really seeing coming completely. At what point did you guys decide that you wanted to do something in Rockford with this foundation? What was the catalyst that actually put together the Van Vliet Family Foundation?
So we actually had been operating with we had already been giving back. We
Yep.
started giving back when he was in college, actually. I think, Rockford is our experience with Rockford and Auburn High School is just the deep rooted sense of community that it gave us. And we, didn't have everything when the kids were growing up, and we needed to rely on our neighbors for help, our parents, aunts, helping kids get rides and helping, I'll pick up your son if you can drop our sons off. And, all of that just trickles into giving. And so we had started doing that before the foundation. And then when he made it into the NBA, after the NBA championship, it really gave us the catalyst to come together and create a real foundation.
Yeah.
So that we could make a bigger, more money, more impact.
And that's I don't know the whole timeline of things, but I got to imagine that is when you went from being a really decently paid NBA player to, okay, now you're a legit NBA star who's getting one of these mega contracts, and then your money situation changes exponentially after something like that. So
For sure.
that makes sense, because it's not everybody. Yes, NBA players make decent money. Don't get me wrong, but there are tiers of NBA players. There's your role
Sure.
players who kind of make.
And you have to, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's the basic, and then it's the stars who get the mega contracts and are able to do these amazing things with foundations and such.
For sure. And we all have to remember he came into the league as an undrafted player.
Yeah.
So that's a whole different tier.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was still very important to him even then to give back to the Rockford community.
So,
All right. So,
ahead.
well, here's what I was going to say. All stars, NBA, NFL, NHL, they all give back to their communities. They all do this or that, but it's always pomp and circumstance. It's always, well, look what LeBron did today. You don't hear a whole lot about what Fred does. Maybe it's because we're all here in Rockford and and we're here and stuff like that. But I don't think he puts it out there so much to do it like, look at me, look what I'm doing. He does it kind of quietly, doesn't he? Is that just I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful what he does for Rockford and for the schools and for, down at the community, the sports, what do you call it? Sports complex
Factory.
and all of that. Sports Factory. Yeah. And I think he does this a lot kind of quietly. I don't know. I just such a testament to him and how nice he is, because he was going to do it regardless. And regardless of whether he signed a multi-million-dollar contract or just a league minimum contract, I have a feeling he'd still be here in this community handing out backpacks and everything else. I know he would because known Fred for a long, long time, and he's just that type of person. So that's just my comment.
Yep, for sure. And he, it's more important that the work gets done than what he's given credit for in his eyes and all of our eyes. I think when you're in the trenches and you're doing things out of them kind of, it's just out of our heart. And it's one of my favorite things to do. And so we just do it. There's work to be done and we do the work.
It's one of the things that a lot of not-for-profits and foundations have found over the years is that it's not just about the money. As important as the money is, what is really important is the partnerships and the collaboration that takes place. Has there been a certain thing that you and Fred have set it as a goal to partner with such and such organization, such and such people, partners and collaborations that have been important, like at the top of your list, to make sure that you're involving other people?
Not so much as like a target of a certain company or individuals. It's really just finding like-minded people that are in it for the right reason.
Yeah.
And so we've been super lucky in the city of Rockford with our partners. We have Hard Rock Casino came right in and started contributing. We have Troy Zitke from Pro Restoration, Travis Anderson and UW Health System, the city of Rockford. I know I'm leaving people off the top of my head, but we've been very fortunate and had some really great donors, partnerships to help us keep going.
Mission about, I want to make sure we could, as we put up your Van Vliet, that's hard to say, Susan. Van Vliet
Yes.
Family Foundation.
You sound like my 2 and 3-year-old granddaughters when they say their whole name. It's so cute.
Slow down.
Yeah. Van Vliet.
Van
Yeah.
Vliet Family
It is
Foundation.org.
Yeah, it is a somewhat unusual name, and so many people call it Van Fleet with an F.
Sure.
And it drives me nuts.
And
we used to have-
autocorrect does the same. So there you go.
It does, because Vleet, VLEET, is not a word. Fleet is. So, but after you train your computer and your phone, then it's correct. But when national people do it, and they don't so much anymore, but when they first burst on the scene. And Greg, you remember a guy named Dave who used to have a sports show on ROK back in the day. I produced it. It was before you and I came on. He used to say Van Fleet, and it drove me.
No, Dave.
Dude,
Dave.
Vliet. It's Van Vliet. Get it right, or we'll get your tires or something.
I just saw him about 2 months ago, Dave.
Did you really?
Yep, I did. It was good to catch up with him for a minute.
Yeah.
So obviously the NBA is the NBA. So whether or not Fred stays in Houston for another year, 5 years, 10 years. There's just no telling, obviously. If you had to make a guess, do you think he is able to finish his career in Houston, or do you think he ends up getting traded again, or deciding to make a move himself, take his talents to South Beach or whatever? What would Fred want to do?
Yeah, I wanted to take his talents to Milwaukee. That's what I told him. I says, Fred, when are you coming to Milwaukee?
Yeah.
When he was in the studio with us, I said, Fred, I said this on the air, when are you coming to Milwaukee? And he laughed.
Milwaukee or Chicago? How sweet would that be?
Oh gosh.
No, not Chicago. Milwaukee. That's my team.
We I think that he loves Houston, and as much as he loves Houston, it's my hope that this is where he will finish his career.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. Houston's a great city with so many opportunities and such a great place. So, yeah, I totally would make sense. Go ahead.
Well, Susan, do you have any idea what Fred's plans are after? Let's just say he comes back stronger than ever, wins another championship, whatever. And in about 3 or 4 years or 5 years, he says, you know what, I'm done. I'm calling it quits. Even if he called it quits now, he's got a championship under his belt, which is what, 90% of NBA players can't say.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Do you have any idea? Has he shared with you what he might want to do? He's a smart guy. I mean, that is the one thing that people don't understand about Fred, how smart he is on the court, off the court. He could do just about anything. Do you think he wants to coach? Do you think he wants to open up a business? I mean, and maybe do more with the Fred Van Vliet Foundation or anything like that? Any ideas, or do you not feel comfortable saying anything like that?
I don't feel comfortable totally saying it, but I will say that he is always, since he was a little boy, I'm going to play in the NBA, and that's what he's doing, and he's living his dream. He, not only won a championship, he was an NBA All-Star.
Yep.
And that's where all of his concerted efforts are at now. He's obviously a very, very smart businessman, and he already has things going also that run parallel. He's also now the current MBPA president.
That's right. I forgot.
So
I missed that
has,
one. You're right.
he has, so right now that's where all of his concerted efforts are going. I understand we always want to know, like, what's next, but his pot is pretty full right now, and he's still going,
absolutely.
I think that it's, I was so proud of him when he did become that. And, you have to be very respected among your peers, and they are all trusting
Mhm.
him to lead them in a good direction.
And that's
Well, because they too recognize how good he is at what he does and how smart he is.
For sure.
Like I said, the reason I asked that question is I would love to see him coach. I would. And I don't know if he's got coaching in his blood. I don't know if he wants to do that. He may be more of a go-getter, but I think he could teach a lot of young players who come into the league. I think he could teach them so well. I would love to see it. But anyway, I digress. It's whatever he does, he will succeed at. And that's the bottom line.
and the respect he carries for what he did, again, going undrafted and coming into the league and proving himself, that carries a lot for a coach. He can tell people to do stuff and they're like, hey, this is this isn't just some theory here. This is the guy who did it.
Yes.
So that would be
It would be very cool. I'm not saying it wouldn't. It would be very cool.
well,
I would be happy. I'd be close
Yeah.
to the game still, right?
and you see what this young guy's doing in
Yeah.
San Antonio. I mean, he's learning some lessons the hard way, obviously. That crazy comeback that the Knicks did to his
Yes.
team.
Oh my God.
Did you watch any of that game, or have you been watching the finals a little bit?
I have been watching the finals, but I didn't see that game. I've just been watching the clips after, and that's really heartbreaking for them, because the media is not always kind. So as
Well-
a mom, I'm like, oh man, because that's the side I come from now,
A young
Mhm.
team with a young coach. They just didn't have that veteran leadership. And it was a rare night when I was actually on my couch at home, able to watch the second half of the game, And I'm,
Yeah.
you were getting through the end of the third quarter, and my wife is sitting behind me, and I'm like, they're actually coming back.
Yeah.
This game
Yeah.
ain't over yet. And
It's-
when it unraveled in the fourth, I'm just sitting there going, why isn't he calling a timeout? Why isn't the head coach of San Antonio stopping this game? He's got timeouts. Why wouldn't you call a timeout and tell your players, hey guys, why aren't you running out the clock every time you're going down the, why are you shooting?
That's right.
Why are you shooting with 12 seconds left?
They're-
What's
and they're jacking up threes.
unbelievable?
They're jacking up threes, which is spreading the defense and allowing more rebound opportunities for the big guys underneath. You're going to get one possession, one and done. You can't do that. You need to work it in, get a layup, and maybe get a rebound. Wemby in there with his big long arms. He's 7'4", and he's huge and he's good. But they're in Wemby's head as well because he's elbowing and all that. He's gotten a couple of flagrants now. Oh, he's gotten one. He gets another flagrant, he's out. I believe if you get 2 flagrants in the same series, you're out.
Yeah,
I think that's the
I think
rule.
it's
Certainly 2 in the same game.
Right,
But anyway,
right. Well, it's an exciting season, and it's an exciting. It'll be interesting to see what happens tonight down in San Antonio. I don't have a dog in the game, so I don't care. I'm looking for an exciting ball game.
Exciting game for sure.
I guess other basketball things real quick. Did Fred grow up a Bulls fan? Was he all about the Jordan era, or what was his team as a kid?
Obviously we were Chicago Bull fans because where we lived, but he grew up a Kobe fan.
Okay,
oh, who didn't?
nice.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Obviously, Kobe's work ethic was second to none too. So modeling your work ethic and game after him.
For sure.
make a
And
run.
he retired the year that he came into the league.
So he didn't get to play.
He didn't get to play against him or, see up close him play.
Yeah. Did he get a chance to meet him? Did they get a chance to
No.
really? No. Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
That is sad. That's sad. That's still kind of one of those surreal things that that Kobe's no longer with us. That whole tragedy.
Yeah. And the sad thing is, they say, do you remember where you were when this happened? I know exactly where I was when we got the news that Kobe had died in a helicopter crash. We were doing a trivia event up at the G5
Were you really?
with my now former boss. And we're like, oh my God, that's it can't be a joke because no one jokes about that. But we're like, Kobe Bryant dead in a helicopter crash? He's like,
That can't be right.
he had just retired, right? Yeah, like a year or two
Just a
before
couple of years.
or something. He was like 38 or whatever. And his little daughter with him. And oh my God, that was so sad.
So not necessarily a Lakers fan, but definitely a Kobe fan.
Definitely a Kobe fan.
Yeah.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense. That's cool. Well, if somebody wants to plug in to the Van Vliet Family Foundation, if you're looking for, obviously donations are going to help here, partner with the foundation and do things for the 815 here. If someone wanted to volunteer, is there some stuff coming up that people can plug into?
Yeah. So we have in August, we have a back to school giveaway in Rockford. It's at Auburn High School.
Okay.
And it also has the 4 schools that feed into Auburn. We all join together and do one welcome back to school day. So it's Auburn, McIntosh, Kennedy, Lewis Lemon. Oh gosh, and there's one more.
Bobby Ellis.
Ellis? It might be Ellis. It might be Ellis. So we're all over there. The principals are there, school staff, support staff, and get the kids ready for their first day of school.
Are these basically the schools that feed into Auburn?
These are all the schools that feed into Auburn. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. And I believe that all the schools started doing those. But with our ties to Auburn, this is where we set up.
And that makes
Yep.
total sense. Total sense.
And from there, from the back to school drive, then we roll into Thanksgiving. And my favorite event ever is our
Big turkey drive.
the big turkey drive. Yep. we have about 200 to 300 volunteers that show up. We
Wow.
unpack trucks all on the same day and pack bags and give away 1,000 meals that feed anywhere from 6 to 8 people.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
turkeys from Fred. There we go.
Yes. Yep. Yep. And it's exciting too because we started with giving the very first year we only had enough to do 25 turkeys.
Yeah.
And we've grown to give out 1,000. So
That's awesome.
we'd love to do more. So if anyone would like to join us and donate, we would greatly appreciate it. From there, we roll to a basketball tournament the very next day at Auburn High School, the Fred Van Vliet Classic. We bring in teams out of state and in state for a great week of basketball. And then we also do things in Houston. Also, we adopted a middle school this year. We do game events with those kids also, and all of our work with the Rockford Park District.
Cool. Okay.
So a couple questions. Of the 82 games per year plus playoffs, how many do you physically get to go to? And I'm sure that number has probably waned since he's been injured, but on average, just any average year, 25 games, 50 games, 10 games?
I would say it's probably closer to 20 or 25.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That's that's a good number.
Yeah.
Because hey, listen, son, I love you, but man, I can't be on a plane and then another plane over to Miami and then another.
Oh yes,
plane
I
back to
can.
Houston, and then okay.
Oh
all
yes, I
right,
can.
good.
Absolutely.
It's how much time do you want to
love
spend
that
with your mom?
answer.
No, just kidding.
Now, does he ever say, no, Mom, Kevin Durant and I, well, we're going to do dinner tonight. I'm sorry. I can't do dinner with you. We got a team
He's
meeting.
got a
I'm
life.
sorry."
He's got a
He
life.
has a life. He does tell me no. I will say that. But my favorite no story is the NBA championship run with Toronto. We all showed up to
Mhm.
game 6 in Toronto
Oh, yeah.
and they lost.
Yep.
So he said, y'all are not coming. I'm going alone and we're going to finish this. And they did. And then I was sad because here he is winning an NBA championship alone, but it was okay. We all celebrated later.
Well, I want to make sure I did share the link to the foundation website. I want to put the Facebook page in the chat as well, so people can go directly to the Facebook page and follow you guys there.
Thank you.
Make sure that's in the chat. So if you're following along with us today on YouTube or Twitch, LinkedIn or Rumble or Facebook, you should see the link already in the comments section. But if you're on one of the other platforms or watching later on Spotify, it should be in the show notes description there as well. So when was this picture taken, Susan? When was this?
Gosh, was that maybe 3 or 4 years ago already?
Is that the BMO?
No, that's at
No.
Fiserv.
That's
Is that
Pfizer.
how you say it? Pfizer?
Pfizer for okay.
Yeah.
Fiserv,
Yeah,
yeah.
because that's Marshawn. And I don't believe that he plays for them anymore either.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So normally we take this many kids throughout the year, and that year we chose to do everyone at one time.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. We had 3 busfuls of kids, and they collaborated together, and we brought them. And so normally when we do a game experience, the kids get money to eat with, and then the game and the T-shirts, and we ride coach buses. And then that year, Marshawn and his camp gave them all a gift.
Nice.
So everybody walked away with I believe it was a backpack and T-shirts or something. But yeah, it was really fun.
Well, is there something that you haven't done yet as a foundation that's kind of I like to call it, once upon a time back in the day, I learned something from a seminar somewhere, and they said, what is your BHAG? And what is your BHAG? And it stands for big, hairy, audacious goal. And the speaker told us at this seminar, was like, you know what makes life really fun and interesting? To always have something, some big goal in front of you that's so big and hairy and audacious, it scares you a little bit. It makes you wonder if you can even accomplish it, but it gives you that reason to stretch further than you might have ever gone before without it. So do you have a BHAG, a big, hairy, audacious goal for the Van Vliet Family Foundation that you're maybe haven't even started yet, but it's in that germination in the back of your mind, you're trying to make it grow and you're wondering if you can ever make it happen?
Yeah, it would be, really to be able to do these, to take these game experiences, on the road.
Yeah.
It's very important to our foundation to give kids exposure to things outside of their neighborhood, to see that anything is possible and that they also have an opportunity to do things. And it's very important to us to do that. So that would be one of my bigger things that I would love to do.
So the number of kids in this photo behind you right there, if all of those could board a plane and go see a game in Houston, is that kind of what you're trying to tell me here?
That would be amazing, right? For them, for us. Obviously, that would require a lot of chaperones.
Right?
Yeah,
Right.
but yeah, something along that line for sure.
Hey, if you've never been on a plane before, you can register to go on the Van Vliet Family Foundation trip to Houston to watch Fred play just a random game in the middle of the season down in Houston, getting out of Rockford for a weekend or a middle of the week thing. That would be an awesome goal.
Yep,
That would be a very cool thing to do. And
For
Tom would be
sure.
glad to be one of your chaperones. I'm
I
sure.
know he would.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
we would be happy to have him.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Well, is there anything that we did not ask you today that you wanted to make sure we talked about when it comes to the Van Vliet Family Foundation?
No, I think we covered it all. I'm just really grateful that you guys reached out and wanted to spend your Saturday morning with me.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well, obviously, we admire Fred a lot, and my connection with you through my wife is. I would love to be able to spend more time with you and get to know you a little bit better as friends here in the 815. So hopefully, we get
For
a chance
sure.
to do that, and Tom would sure
Yeah.
as well. We do have some fun stuff coming up that maybe we can partner with. Maybe it makes sense, maybe it doesn't. But if you follow along with our In Crowd 815 stuff, one of the things that we've become known for is this sign behind me here, the Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest. Where we have version 5.0 of the contest coming up October
Yep.
1st at Tabala.
Okay.
And we've given away over $20,000 toward not-for-profits in the first four that we've done so far. After the fifth one, we'll have eclipsed $30,000 because this time we have an $8,000 grand prize for the winning team's not-for-profit.
Wow.
And we'll have two $1,000 prizes to give out that night as well. So I need to do some more math, Tom, to exactly see where we're at with the giveaways that we've done. Because when we started this in 2024, it was our kind of big, hairy, audacious goal is to try to figure out how to combine karaoke and trivia in the same contest and make it benefit local not-for-profits. And when we tried it the first time with $1,000 prize and 10 teams, it just worked. It was a lot of fun, and we made some minor tweaks and kept growing and going. And this one's going to be the biggest one yet. So thanks to our friends at Medicare 411. So we could have a team playing for the Van Vliet Family Foundation because you're a legitimate not-for-profit, so you can be named as the not-for-profit. And what makes the contest masked isn't what people wear on their faces while they perform. It's the fact that the not-for-profit each team is playing for stays masked and concealed until the end of the night when we find out who the winners are and who will have to try again next time. So
Right. Not the players, but the thing on the table. What am I trying to
the
say? The
centerpiece.
thing on the table stays covered. The centerpiece stays covered, and then we reveal it at the end.
Gotcha.
So nobody's actually mad. But it is a lot of fun. Great way to get the name out there, and it's a great way to Greg, I like it better when I'm far back away and you can see more of my teddy bears.
I keep telling you, brother, you need a better camera, my man. You need a
That's
better
okay.
camera.
This is big and imposing.
Oh gosh.
Well, you get what you get for now. Yeah, there we are. Much better.
There we go.
Woo.
We'll put you up there.
I feel like I'm Okay, so my big, hairy, audacious goal for Fred and the Van Vliet Foundation would be to have resurrect the basketball in the Metro Center / BMO, the Big Orange Box, whatever, and have a Fred Van Vliet annual basketball tournament or something like that. All proceeds go to pick a charity, and have all teams converge. Maybe what you do is during the off season for the NBA, when you have the summer league for the basketball, for the high schools, everybody converges there and plays a round, right? You maybe round robin, or just simply plays, where you pare it down to one and then you get your championship. And the winning school gets all the money that, or something like that. I think that'd be a wonderful idea for all of the area schools that play. I know this because I used to work for the district, and we used to have, like, East would have it, Jefferson would have it. Everybody has that summer
Yep,
tournament.
they still go on.
Fred may have
They
even,
still go on.
they
Yep.
still do.
Yep.
They still do. So what I'm saying is, after that, everybody converges on the Metro Center, and over about a 3-day weekend or something like that, Friday night games, Saturday games, Sunday games, with the winner being crowned on Sunday afternoon. And then whatever team it is, let's just say, gosh, I don't know, Auburn wins it all. Well, they get the money for their
Sure.
athletic program or for their
Yep.
school. I think that would be a wonderful idea. So
Just throwing it out there,
my 2
Susan.
cents. worth.
Thanks. We actually have a court
Yeah.
at the BMO. And I'm
Yes.
not sure the history of where that fell apart.
Okay. I
Yeah.
know I've seen the pictures of it. Yeah. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right. Well, Susan, Tom's got some trivia for us today.
Oh boy.
So
Okay.
It's gonna be me and you taking.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Let's see how
Oh
we do.
gosh.
It's time for Tom's Trivia Challenge on the In Crowd 815 podcast. Good luck.
All right, Tom.
There
7
we go.
questions.
That's a little for Snoopy.
Don't hurt us too bad.
Oh gosh. What are the rules?
Okay.
We're on a team.
So,
Susan. We're
here you
playing
go.
together.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yeah, you're playing together. Okay. So first of all, Greg, my wife looked at the logo and said, "Well, that's not you." She saw it on Facebook about the upcoming thing at Machine Shed. She goes, "That's not you. Well, who's that?" I said, "Yeah, that's me. That's Greg's rendition of me or whatever."
AI
I said, "The
cartoon.
glasses, they're not even close."
AI's cartoon version.
Yeah, well, she's wanting you to change. I want you to give me the glasses that I actually have, not those Buddy Holly ones. But anyway, that came from her. Take it up with her. All right, Susan, these questions are not designed to test your intelligence, designed to test your memory. So you got Greg
Memory
to help
test.
you on all of this. Yeah,
Okay,
kind of.
perfect.
Don't feel bad if you don't score well, because it's all about Fred. It's all about Fred. But there are certain things you made that's like, I don't know that. Come on now, you know?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Which city is larger? Is it Houston or Toronto? Once again, which city is larger? Is it Houston or is it Toronto?
By both size and population, it's not even close, right?
I don't know.
I believe
You
it.
tell me.
I'm going with Toronto.
By
Greg,
population
what do you say?
and size, isn't Houston way bigger? You said what is
I'm
what is
gonna
the
defer to the
By
person who-
people, I believe. Oh gosh, I don't know. Can I Google?
specify the question, Tom? Are we talking population or square
Yeah,
miles?
population. Population. It's always population. Otherwise,
'cause
I would
Houston
say
is-
area miles or square miles.
Houston is a huge city by square miles.
Susan,
and
what
I would
did you
think
say
that-
earlier?
I said Toronto.
You are correct. 3.7 million people, Houston 2.4 million. They're both huge, but Toronto is
Wow.
bigger. So
I'm glad you knew that.
the reason,
You were
Well, the
trying to
reason
talk
I'm
me out
saying-
of it.
I
You really
was.
had me
I
almost
wouldn't.
changing
Don't
my
worry, I
answer.
wouldn't. No, I wouldn't let him do it. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I think
All
I think
right.
the only city in America bigger by square footage than Houston is Jacksonville, Florida, if I remember right. But
Jacksonville,
I thought
Florida is the
population.
largest city. I think they're the largest city in America. Uh, 875,000 square feet or so. It's monstrously huge.
It's
And
crazy.
by population as well. It's the largest city in Miami.
In
They're
Jacksonville's
almost,
biggest,
yeah, it's not
biggest in Florida.
875,000 square miles. It's 800,
Square
it's
mile.
900,000 people, residents. I don't remember what the square footage is, or square miles, but it's big. All right, question number 2. How many NBA, and I don't expect you to know this, Susan, how many NBA championships has Houston won? Is it 2 or is it 3? No Googling. I hear Googling.
They won.
Do
Well,
I
they
hear
won back to
Googling?
back, right? Didn't they win back to back in between the Bulls run?
I don't know. I don't
So
know.
that-
I
can't
think
give you any
3. I
hints.
think 3.
I think they won a third since then. I would say 3.
I'm gonna say 3.
They only won 2. 94 and
Oh.
95 because Michael wasn't in the league and Fred was still real small.
Okay, well, we're going to win 3. So the next time you ask me
There
this,
you go.
There you go.
Next
See, you were projecting. There you go. There
that's
you go.
right.
All right. The city of Toronto has what some might call their very own version of the Seattle Space Needle, when in fact it's the CN Tower. It's a communication thing. In what year was it officially opened to the public? Was it 1966 or 1976? The reason I asked this question is because I'm pretty sure for all that time in Toronto, you probably heard something about it, and the date might spark something. So once again, the city of Toronto has what some might call their own version of the Seattle Space Needle. That's what I always thought it was. I thought it was their own version of it, but it is in fact the CN Tower,
The CNN tower, yeah.
Canadian News Tower, or Canadian National, or something like that. Anyway, in what year was it officially opened? Was it 1966 or 1976?
I don't have a clue.
I have no idea.
Well, I don't know. Did they build that in the 60s or the 70s?
I would say,
leave-
if I could give you a hint, I would say the answer has part to do with a team from Philadelphia, but it has nothing to do with it, but the name of it, the name of the team from Philly.
Well, that gets us to the 70s then.
It'd be a basketball team,
So that must be 76.
maybe.
I'll go with
It is
76.
1976. Very wise choice.
All
You're
right.
good.
All
You're
right.
good. All right. Here's one that neither of you are going to know. I'm going to give you some help with it. Fred played for the best Rock Valley Junior tackle program ever called Nelson Storm. And sadly, by the way, I don't believe Rock Valley Junior tackle exists anymore.
Correct.
After like 65 years, they finally, I'm so upset by
Yeah.
that because my boys are now playing flag football. I wanted them to play for Nelson Storm because my brother did, I did, my son did, and Fred, obviously. That's how we know each other. What business is Nelson Storm in? If you get it even remotely close,
Isn't it
there's a couple different.
Isn't it electronics? Nelson's.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh man. It's funny because
I believe that it's electronics because it's a lightning
Yeah, that's why I thought it
on
was
the
electronics,
uniforms.
something electronic based.
It's something
Well,
electronic
actually,
or
the
manufacturing.
the co-owner's name was Jack Storm, and that's how they got it.
Okay.
So that's a very good observation there, but it's not.
Okay.
It's tool and die manufacturing.
Tool.
Well, I said manufacturing. That didn't count.
Well, you said electric something. I don't
And then
know.
I
Yeah,
said
anyhow, you get half a point.
manufacturing. There we go. Anywho.
Well.
Okay, well,
right.
you did. You got it under the buzzer. All right, here we go. Now we're
Three more.
getting into 3 more, and all 3 of these you have a legitimate shot at getting. You should get them. Okay, here we go. Who was Fred's high school coach at Auburn High School?
Oh, dun dun dun. Brian Ott.
Brian.
Yes, Brian.
The Otter man.
Yeah.
Ott.
And Susan, I know if you hated his guts, you wouldn't say it here, so that's fine. But I know you didn't, because Brian is one of the nicest guys you could ever meet. He always gave us interviews because we used to cover a lot of Auburn games. I would remote tech for a lot of Auburn games, and I would just have to go up to Brian and say, "Hey, Brian, you got time for and talk to us after I'll kick someone else's butt." He was a wonderful, wonderful guy.
Yeah.
And
High school basketball.
I
and
love the
you are
guy.
okay.
So-
He's amazing. We our grandson actually
absolutely.
just finished up playing for him. So no, we love Coach Ott. They've become family. And more importantly, he is a really
Yeah.
great Christian man. Like that is the most important part. Like
Yes.
hands down.
Yes,
We love him
you are
forever.
correct about that. Yes, you don't hear foul language coming out of his mouth. I mean, not that anyone who slips isn't a Christian. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying he.
No,
does
because my
walk the
husband
walk.
is the complete
So-
opposite. And he also is a Christian, but yes.
Yeah, that it happens. You know what? I mean, the funny thing about it, the Bible does say don't use curse language, but or coarse language or whatever. But if you call somebody a name that's not a quote unquote swear word, well, you're doing exactly that. So
Mhm.
an occasional swear word is it's fine. I don't look
Careful.
at anybody. Uh-oh.
There we
What's
go.
that? Yeah. No, I don't look at anybody as being, oh, he's not a Christian. He said the S word. Yeah, whatever.
Did I lose you
Okay, that's
guys?
between you and God. Nope, we're here. Just for a second. Okay, here we go. Fred went on to play D1 college basketball at Wichita State University. What is the school nickname? Uh-oh. Gone again. What is the school nickname of Wichita State University? Do you know, Greg?
Oh, hold on a second. Let me get Susan back on the screen here.
There I am. I'm like, whoa.
Ba, 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 dun, 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 dun.
There we go. Sorry.
We were off and then
You
on.
believe me not?
Yeah.
Again. There we go.
There we go. All right, Susan, I'll ask you again in case you didn't hear. Fred went to play D1 college basketball at Wichita State University. What is the school nickname of Wichita State University?
The Shockers.
The
Shockers is correct.
Shockers.
So I have one more Fred story I want to share. This is where Fred gets his ultimate respect. He signed with Wichita State, I want to say after his junior year. He kind of unofficially said, yeah, I'm going to go to Wichita State. He had offers from a couple of different schools. He said, nope, I've already signed with Wichita State. Am I correct on that?
He had given a verbal yes to them.
Yes,
Yeah, because
that's
he
what I mean.
yep.
And he
He
honored
verbally
that verbal-
committed
because
and
the
he
verbal,
honored
no one,
he honored that
Yep.
commit. You are correct. Yes.
and no one's going to look down on you if you say, listen, Illinois gave me a better offer, or back then we
sure.
didn't have NIL money, but I mean, he stuck with Wichita State. Oh, I was so hoping that shot would have hit Kentucky, would have put them in the championship.
Us
Oh
too.
my God, I was on my feet watching. Yeah, I know. And you know what? It's okay because he came and won an NBA championship. And I guarantee you, if you ask any NBA player, would you rather win a college NCAA tournament or an NBA championship? Most of them would say,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
it would have been so cool to have both, but because they were so good and so well coached. Oh my God. Okay, final one. And Greg, you can actually play that soundbite now.
All right, I'm going to see if
Because
this works.
He doesn't.
This might work.
Okay, this is the final question.
Tell me when to hit play.
Go ahead, hit play.
From a player between the lines, can you describe what it was like competing in this series?
It's stressful. It's stressful. Those guys don't make it easy, man. They're the best in the business for a reason. They've been the best for a long time, and so it took a lot of effort on our part, a lot of focus, a lot of resilience. They don't give you anything, so you got to go out there and take it, and we were just able to maintain over the series.
Throughout the game, but particularly in the fourth quarter, the ball found you and you either had to take shots or make plays. So can you describe, as the ball was making its way to you, what you were thinking?
That's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I worked for all summer. Had the confidence in myself. My teammates had the confidence in me. And Kawhi can't take all the shots, so they were doubling. Kyle kind of slowed down a little bit. They were doubling and was able to step up and make some big shots.
You talked about the champions.
Yeah, boy!
about the champions you were looking opposite, and there was a moment where perhaps one of the best to ever do it, Steph, found you. Can you describe that exchange?
Just got to meet the challenge, man. He scored 1,000 points in this series, it felt like, but just want to make it tough on him and, try to earn some respect there. Battle, scratch, claw, foul, do what I got to do to try to help our team win. And obviously we have a ton of respect for those guys, but, we're going for them, and we want to take them down. We were able to do that.
Sounds like the story of your life. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Rockford, it's for you, baby.
Love that. Love that.
Oh my God, it was so awesome. I was watching it. I swear to you, I had small tears coming down. It was so awesome. Somebody that I know.
Yeah.
Somebody that I know. We all know. You especially know him. You birthed him. But anyway, watching that is like, oh my God, this is surreal. This is awesome.
Yeah. I think
And,
we were like
for
halfway.
you, Rockford.
Yeah.
You're what?
What's that?
I think we were like halfway through the fourth quarter, and we were on the couch, and I was like, oh my God, we're really doing this. But it felt right and it felt normal too, in that situation.
Okay, so here is your question. On the night when Fred's Toronto Raptors won their one and only championship, Fred uttered these words: "This is for you, Rockford." But then he said, "Rockford, it's for you, baby." But anyway, to what longtime female ABC reporter? Who did he say that to? Who was interviewing him?
I know her, but I can't tell you her name right now because you just asked me this.
I'm sorry.
I don't remember her name either.
Oh my gosh. We make a great team, Greg.
I don't remember her name either.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I know the voice. It's what is her name?
DB. The initials were DB. Is that right?
DB is her initials. She was a former
Diane
college standout. No, and I don't think
Debbie.
she played in the NBA because. Well, if
Is
I
it
were to
Doris?
say,
Doris? Is her name Doris?
Doris.
Yep.
Yes.
Doris.
Doris. Would it be Doris Burke?
Yep. I was going to say that too. I was thinking Doris Burke, but yep. Okay.
One of the best in the business.
Yeah.
She is very, very good. I
She's
love
very
her
good.
color commentary. And she did a great job with Fred. And Mike Breen did a great job with Fred. He asked him a couple of questions, and I had like 5 or 6 good sound bites. So that was the one I wanted to share. But you did quite well on I think you went 5 and 2, maybe, I don't know, doesn't matter, 4 and 3 maybe. Wasn't keeping track.
It was fun. It was a good time.
We often do this,
Yeah,
Susan,
well-
with 3 or 4 or 5 people playing at the same time. So with a team of 4 or 5, we usually do pretty well.
And we didn't do bad then. We did pretty good.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah.
Well, they were odd questions too, because not many people are going to know the Shockers. Not many people are going to know Brian Ott. No one's going to know that except Fred's mom. So yeah.
This was a very
I was writing these questions. Greg had said, make sure we have maybe some Houston and Toronto stuff. I said, screw it. I'm going to have all Fred, Houston, Toronto championship stuff like that.
There
I'm
you
gonna have
go.
all of that.
Yep.
So it was fun writing this. So
well. I really want to say thank you for carving out some time this morning for us, Susan, and we'd love to partner with you in some way, shape, or form down the road. So keep us informed, and if we can plug in, if it makes sense to have InCrowd 815 involved in what the foundation is up to, let's make something happen. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Awesome. Well, you have a great rest of your weekend. Go ahead, Tom.
And when you talk to Fred, tell him I said hey, and that I'm still thinking I should have been the NBA star because I'm a little taller. I'm kidding.
I gotcha.
Just tell him I said hi.
I will.
You don't have to tell him that. But anyway.
Oh, all
right.
right.
All right.
Thank you guys. It was a pleasure.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.